County Board of Elections will hold a regular board meeting of the members of the board on Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, at 4 p.m. in the boardroom of the Mahoning County Board of Elections offices, 345 Oak Hill Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio, 44502. Would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Here.
Mr. Orange?
Here.
Ms. Skelpesta?
Here.
Would the vice chairwoman of the Board of Elections lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have a moment of silence for our nation and the world? The chair will now recognize a motion to approve the minutes of the September 3rd, 2024 regular board meeting.
so moved.
There's a motion made by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger. Is there a second?
A second.
Seconded by Bob Arndt. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Skelpesta?
Yes.
The chair will now recognize a motion to approve the bills of accounts and payments for August and September of 2024.
I make a motion we accept the bills for those 2 months.
A motion is made by member Joyce Kelpesta. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Skelpesta?
Yes.
Chairman's report. How is, I wanted to know, we were supposed to meet with the commissioners, you said you met, what's going on?
We met with Dave Bitzler on a different matter for data board. We told him we need to meet with him. He basically said, have you two touch base because of your schedule and his schedule.
You were supposed to do that for us, though.
And he said,
He's ready to go, he just wanted to coordinate schedules with you.
Okay, but that's what I asked someone to do, to coordinate us meeting with them. So now you want me to call him?
I'll call him back. I will call him back.
Annie or someone, I mean, you don't have to do it, but someone
Yeah,
has
just
to
let us
coordinate.
know when he's available.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to schedule an earlier meeting than our next meeting, and so we'll see if we can coordinate it to be the same day.
Because he couldn't be here today.
Well, can we go to one of their planning things and talk to all, why don't we just talk to one commissioner?
We go to the commissioners meeting after their regular scheduling on Thursdays.
That's the best plan.
Okay.
That's probably the best plan, because I'd like to talk to all three of them. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I see that the gate's in, so I'm very happy about that.
Yes.
And the other thing in the report is, are we ready to go? We locked and loaded?
We're locked and loaded.
Have we measured twice? We're only gonna cut once?
Measure twice, cut once, yeah.
I mean, all eyes are gonna be on us on this election. We can't, I mean, you guys gotta scream if you need us to do anything. I mean, and no question, I mean, there's no stupid questions, there's no stupid concerns. We just gotta make sure this goes, no election's perfect, but as flawlessly as we're able as a board to assist our director and assistant director and our employees to make sure that they fulfill our constitutional duties. You know, we're all just a phone call, text, or email away. All right, the director's report.
Some of the things I was gonna talk about are under unfinished business and new business. I can wait on that.
Okay.
So just reiterate, we're fully staffed right now. Everything's been approved. The first ballots went out for you to call overseas. We'll be setting up for early vote Thursday, Friday. Closing registrations Monday, 9 o'clock. But we are caught up on every absentee. We're at over 22,000 applications so far.
Wow.
And we're current
Process.
so as they come in every day, we get a process that day, which is, we're ahead of schedule when we were in 2020 and 2016 on that.
Good.
That's good. And registrations are caught up, which we'll probably be talking about in a little bit. And Joyce has been a big help with the registrations coming in.
All right, great. Unfinished business. Ballot tracks, who wants to give us an update on that?
Melissa?
So ballot tracks is our way for our voter or our citizen to track their absentee app and their ballot from beginning to end. When the ballots go out, they will have a QR code on them, and they'll have some literature enclosed. We're probably gonna do a little bit of media also. We were live in June, but we kind of just didn't say anything because we wanted to practice and get good at it. So that's exciting, we're happy about that.
Well, my suggestion is that we hold a press conference and announce the ballot tracks and invite all the stations and all the media to announce this, that people can track their ballots.
I love it.
So can someone quarterback that, have the, work with our schedules? Let's do a press advisory and then a press release of the day of the press conference, and have as many board members here as possible to announce this new ballot tracks.
Okay. So each ballot track is specific to the person who received the absentee ballot. And it has a little QR code, like if you're sitting watching TV and you want to buy that, you just take a picture of it and they take you to the website, and then you get the commercials for the rest of your life. So, just saying, so that tracks only their ballot.
That's right.
Okay.
And they can see it, it's really good, it's like how Amazon, everybody can see the little, you can see where it's at, you can see when it was scanned in, which post office, whether, it even gives, there's some, which we didn't take the voicemail parts yet, but even if there's a problem with your absentee application, or if there's a problem that you left something off, it can even robocall you or robo-text you if you sign up for that to let you know, hey, you left this off, we need this information. It's a
Wow.
really great
That's
process.
great.
So we should probably do a press conference on that, let the public know. So would you handle that?
I will.
And then coordinate it with the board members so we can all be here. And if we could have boards and demonstrations to show the press, that would be good too.
Okay,
All right?
yep.
That would be great if we could do it next week sometime.
With the rollout where we go.
Yeah. All right? All right, the security gate. Has everyone got to see the security gate? I did. Sandra
I
did.
did.
Did you, Joyce?
Not yet.
Well, it's just a gate, but it locks.
It's a gate with a lock and a
It's a
camera.
locking gate with a camera, and so that area is now secure. So we're in compliance.
And we
That's
thank facilities for working with us on that.
great. Mahoning County Board of Elections Office Relocation Update. Well, I don't have an update. The update is that
I'm gonna be put on the commissioner's agenda.
Yeah.
for
we are permitted to hire someone to scout for us. So Sandra, I'm gonna talk to you about that. I have a
Okay.
couple people in mind that do big commercial leases. And so, whoever can go find us something has to be, this building is horrific for voting. I mean, people have to walk 100 yards to come in and vote from where they park. Okay, and it's just horrific. We don't have all of our equipment in one place. We got our equipment on ballots. We got plastic sheets over the equipment. I mean, we're just one disaster away from a calamity, a major calamity, and we got to head it off the curb. And I really think we got to get another building. This just isn't working.
And we're better than that.
Yeah, we are. I agree we are. And we should be better than that. I mean, this building, the machines are all over the place. I mean, we need one place, one central location, has bus service, doesn't have to be in Youngstown. And what did we figure? We needed 30,000 square feet?
Was it 25 to 26,000 square feet
Okay,
With a loading dock.
with the loading dock?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. New camera install and updates on live feed and boardroom technology. Who wants to give us that?
I'll start with the cameras. The camera has been ordered, I believe it's in. It's an enhanced resolution, and we're gonna move it opposite side of the awning out there, so it better captures who's in the car and what's happening at the drop-out box. Then there's a second camera, and that's gonna be for the public that we live stream. Then there's gonna be a second camera, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a license plate reader, The deputies only will have access to that because of the information.
Mhm.
And so if there's a problem, we can go back into the second camera and read license plates.
Okay.
And that'll be in, I think, Friday there, so.
Friday.
And when do we go live and being able to take public comment over the phone and stuff like that? When is that gonna happen?
I just talked with Jameson 2 days ago. They're looking at the next 2 weeks that they're gonna be in here to install all the equipment, hopefully next board meeting.
So the next board meeting, we could take public comments over the phone, right?
So the public comment aspect, we are looking at prosecutor opinion to make sure we're on point with freedom of speech and things like that. And they're gonna get us an opinion, and we're gonna roll out the rules around how we conduct the meeting and how we work our
I
social
just,
media
I just
platform.
want the public, if they want to participate and express something, that be as easy for them as possible. Because everyone has a voice, and everyone that wants to exercise their voice shouldn't have to physically come here, try to find a parking spot, walk 100 yards, go through security. If they want to live stream our meetings and call in, that makes it easier for them and they can participate. We could set out some rules and we go from there.
So, Chairman, are you talking about actual phone call in?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think we were originally thinking live social media commentary, so we were getting opinions on that, but then also phone calls.
Yeah, a lot of boards do that. People can call in. And so once we get that all figured out, we're gonna have to let the public know and update our website. Speaking of which, how's that going?
Well, that's going to go, but it's on the back burner until after election, because remember Jameson said we can't take down a platform and rebuild it that quickly.
Okay.
So
So when are we gonna be going live, like on Facebook and that? That'll be the next meeting?
hopefully,
Well, we've been asking for like months now.
we have to set up the PO, they set up all that to get it payment, get the vendor set up. Once you guys approved it last month, we started those steps. And then, once they got that, then they can set up their implementation dates.
Because I go to YouTube and I've watched our meetings, and I think the more the public has access and see what we're doing, the greater confidence they will have in our election process. And so the only way to do that is to open up it completely and let everyone see what we're doing and explain what we're doing. All right, new business. I was told that we are waiting for a prosecutor's opinion on our new rules for public comments, so we'll skip over that. Polling location updates. Who wants to speak to that?
We just have one. We got out of the elementary school in Springfield due to the, we just thought that moving it for this election was a better idea. And so we are going to still be in Springfield for 3 precincts at the administration maintenance building. And we just want to make sure that you were aware of that in case anybody said to you I was at the maintenance building.
And we sent out all the proper notifications to everyone?
Correct.
We have to notify them 3 times or something, is it, or just once?
It's twice.
Twice?
Once prior to 30 days and then once, I think, 15 days.
So there's 3.
30 days, yeah, we always send 30 and
Yeah,
15.
two notices to the voters.
And it's about
Okay.
2,100 voters who will be impacted.
Okay,
Can I ask a question to the
Go ahead.
chair? I would like to know, did you already make arrangements for the parking lot across the street for the early voters? So that's the only people who can park there?
We did, we met with deputies 2 weeks ago and last week, and we're gonna have the deputy station there starting at 7:15
Okay.
every morning. And the only people that can use that parking lot are voters. And then we also got another exit cut in. I don't know if you
Okay.
noticed that.
Yes, I did.
So.
And that was from facilities
That's
come
from
over and
facilities.
did
Yeah.
that for
Cut
us.
the sidewalk, so now there's one entrance, one exit.
That's great.
So we won't have that same traffic.
We won't have that flow, yeah. Okay,
So that got done.
that's great.
great.
Are we going back to the Springfield Elementary after?
We're hoping to find another location, but if we have to, we will. They welcomed us back. She was gonna close school if we were gonna have the election there, and so, we just looked around. She was willing to do that, the superintendent.
Very nice.
She was really wonderful. Springfield has been very wonderful to us. But we just thought if we could look around for these 3 precincts, and actually then the administration building, they were very gracious. And what they're gonna do to the maintenance building for us, so that we can host the election that day is great. But she welcomes us back and maybe a calmer election.
All right, the next thing on our agenda is a personnel matter.
If I can add
Oh,
two things. The policy for the Dropbox, we're going to be talking with the prosecutors afterward, because that was on the agenda last time. We have to figure that out by next Tuesday. And the other one is voter registration challenges that we received last week. We're in receipt of 35 challenges to people voter registration, Form 257. The staff and myself have went through these. There are some that we can't determine what they are or who they are. So we're going to have to set a hearing for voter registration challenges. This is something that's happening not only across Ohio, but across the country. We're very fortunate. Delaware County has hundreds of them. Cuyahoga
It has 400.
We're in receipt of 35. So we're required within, I printed out for you, David, actually. And I'm sorry, I should have printed 4 out that I did. But I'll print 4 out after this. So we are required to hold a hearing within 10 days of receipt. That 10 days would have been Friday, but they amended it yesterday, so the clock resets. But we'd like to do it next week. So
Okay,
today's
let's just-
Tuesday.
Now, when we do this, do we notify all the parties?
We do. And
We notify the person challenging it and the person being challenged.
That's correct. We have to issue first-class mail to voters being challenged. Again, there's multiple issues that were challenged. Some were birth dates. This goes back, Joyce and me, 2001. The default on older registrations that birth dates were not required on prior to 1970. The system did the default 1800, January 1st, 1800.
Yeah.
And we still have some of those people on the roll. So those were challenged. Most of them I found are deceased. They weren't included on, over the years, on our ESD report side. We're going to get a answer from the Secretary of State if we're allowed to go ahead and delete those based on obituary or not. But all those voters are in our confirmation status, so our system did pick up that they're not voting anymore. So I don't think we can have a hearing on those. That's our right to determine, because we can't have that person before the board.
Why not?
But we do have some.
Comic relief here, David.
Yeah. We do have 8 people living at a single-family unit. That we need to call those people in.
Okay.
I drove to the address, I went to the auditors, it's a 2-bedroom house, and we have 8 people, multiple people. So I think we do have some issues within here that we need to have hearings, and we're required to have a hearing.
Okay.
Okay. So if maybe afterwards, we can get a date that's by next.
Well, if
month.
someone's out of zoning, that isn't our right to determine.
No.
I mean, if they're living there, but they shouldn't be living there because of a zoning violation, I don't think we could
No,
disqualify
we
them.
don't, but we have to figure out if these people actually living there or not.
I see. Well, those rules are so loose
Yes.
that someone, it's just, if their intention is to live there, it's okay under the law.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Do you
All
want
right.
to set the meeting time? while
Right
we're
now?
here?
We're out of time till what, next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday. And you wanted it by Monday, right? 10 days is when?
10 days would be next Wednesday now, Wednesday to Thursday, really.
The 9th?
Yeah.
Then maybe Thursday, so we have time to get all the letters and make sure that everybody's
Yeah,
there.
we have to give 3 days notice.
So you want to set it for the 9th,
Yeah.
4 o'clock?
Sure.
Yeah, 'cause we're gonna go
Why don't we take-
today, so
why don't-
we're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a motion to set the hearing for the precinct registration challenges and right to vote? I'll entertain a motion that be set October 9th at 4 o'clock here in the boardroom. Is there a motion?
So moved. Go
A
ahead.
motion made by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger. Is there a second? Seconded by Joyce Kilpesta. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Petrus?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Del Pesto?
Yes.
Okay, pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G, I will take a motion for us to go into executive session to consider the following matters. To consider the appointment of a public employee or official. To consider the employment of a public employee or official. To consider the dismissal of a public employee or official. To consider the promotion. To consider the demotion. And to consider the compensation. All of those are proper for this executive session. Is there a motion?
So moved.
There's a motion made by Joyce Kilpesta pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code, section 121.22G and those subsections I just said, to go into executive session. Is there a second?
Second?
Seconded by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger. Is there any discussion? All right, so the record is clear. We are going into executive session to talk about the appointment of an employee, the employment of an employee, the promotion and the demotion of employees at the Board of Elections. And that is a specific rule under which we are allowed to have it be a closed session. Would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Calpesta?
Yes.
Yes. We're going to go into executive session now. I entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
There's a motion made by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Bob Arndt. Would the director call the roll,
Ms.
please?
Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Calpesta?
Yes.
Do we have a motion by Mr. Arndt?
Yes, you do. The board wants to, I want to make a motion for the hiring for the position of warehouse manager.
And that person's name is?
That person's name is Nick Momus.
Nick, there is a motion to hire Nick Momus as the warehouse manager. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Sandra Barger. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll,
Ms.
please?
Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Calpesta?
Abstain.
All right, that motion passes. Now I will entertain a motion to pay the Brian Ames settlement. Is there a motion?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Oh.
There's a motion made by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger to pay the Brian Ames settlement. Is there a second?
I'll second.
No, I second.
Choice
okay.
second.
All right. I make the motion.
They beat me up every meeting. It's like I'm in between symbols. All right, there's a motion made by Sandra
I'm gonna be
Barger.
bringing one next time.
There's a second made by Joyce Kilpesta. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Calpesta?
Yes.
Okay. Now, it is time for us for the good of the order and public comments. Do we have anyone here for the good of the order or public comments? Going once, going twice, gone. All right. Now we need a motion to set a time for certification adjourn meeting of the November 5th, 2024 general election for Tuesday, November 19th at 9 a.m. with a recess to convene again on Tuesday, November 19th at 2024 at 5 p.m. Can I just check one thing, please? I'll be good.
So moved.
All right, there's a motion made by member Joyce Kilpesta. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Bob Arndt. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the director call the roll?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Calpesta?
Yes.
All right, the next scheduled meeting for the Mahoning County Board of Election is set for Monday, November 4th at 2024 at 6 p.m. in the boardroom of the Mahoning County Board of Elections offices at 345 Oak Hill Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio, 44502. Set to adjourn on Tuesday, November 5th after the close of polls, collection, tabulation, and release of the unofficial general election vote total results. Can we have a motion?
So moved.
There was a motion made by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger to set a meeting for Monday, November 4th, 2024 at 6 p.m. in the boardroom of Mahoning County Board of Elections offices at 345 Oak Hill, Ohio, Youngstown, Ohio 45002, set to adjourn on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024 after the close of the polls, collection, tabulation, and release of the unofficial general election vote total results. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Bob Arndt. Is there any discussion? Anyone gives me discussion, they're gonna get hit. So I'm reading any more of this. I thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, it's amazing. It's amazing I made 39 years practicing law.
We did make that one? We did schedule that one?
Yeah, that
We
That
already
was
made a
done.
motion
Okay.
for next week. Well, it's for the
Yeah,
9th.
For the 9th, but.
Yeah, we did that.
Just verify now.
Okay, is Nick Momus here?
When did you meet, Amy?
You guys made a motion and second if you want to vote.
On the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, would the director call the roll?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Del Pesto?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Momus? Would you raise your right hand, please? And you repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the constitutions of the United States
that I will support the constitutions of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and that I will faithfully perform all of the duties of the clerk of the elections
and that I will faithfully perform all the duties of the clerk of elections
of the Board of Elections of Mahoning County
of the Board of Elections of Mahoning County
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities,
Enforce the election laws
enforce the election laws,
and will preserve and keep all records,
and will preserve and keep all records,
documents,
documents,
and other property pertaining to the conduct of elections placed in my custody.
and other property,
Pertaining to the conduct of elections placed in my custody.
pertaining to the conduct of elections placed in my custody.
I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I am a notary, so I will, what is today, second?
First,
Today's October
October
1st.
1st.
Yeah, it is, thank God. What the hell's going on in my life? Nick, do you want to come here, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Would you remind me next week to bring those stamps so I can stamp it? I mean, technically, it doesn't have to be stamped, because every attorney's a lifetime appointment notary. All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Joyce, am I allowed to adjourn the meeting? Sandra, am I allowed to adjourn the meeting? Okay, I'll now entertain a motion. I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
There's a motion made by Bob Arndt, member Bob Arndt, to adjourn this meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chairwoman Sandra Barger. Is there any discussions? Hearing none, would the director call the roll, please?
Ms. Barger?
Yes.
Attorney Beatrice?
Yes.
Mr. Orange?
Yes.
Ms. Del Pesto?
Yes.
This meeting is hereby adjourned.